Who wants to start?
Praise God.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Thursday night, Thursday Live. Here we are. We got Mandy, Ursula, Jesse, ready to do some readings and hanging out. So if anybody has any questions, comments, things like that, pop them on in. Say hello. If you'd like a card tonight, we're going to start a list. So go ahead and get on in that. And yeah, we're grounded on in. How's everybody doing? How are you doing, Earth?
Good. I'm kind of loving the July 4th holiday in the middle of the week.
Yeah, that was nice.
Or on a weekday. Because it's kind of like you get to have some downtime on both sides, which is nice.
Definitely. I agree.
Yeah.
How are you doing, Jesse?
Just trying to share. There it is. Trying to share. I just fixed it.
Awesome.
I'm all right. Yeah, I'm all right. Taking care of a new kitty we got. Nursing some health things, but okay. Yes.
Ursula, what kind of upcoming events do we have going on?
How are you, Mandy?
Oh, I'm good. I can't hear that well tonight. I don't know what's going on with my phone.
Sorry.
Everybody's got to bear with me.
I just wanted you to get a chance to share too.
Oh, I'm good. My heart's full because I've been able to work on the beach all week this week, and it's definitely been hot as hell, and I got a little sunburn, but it's a whole vibe, and it's just so nice to be able to be out in nature a bunch, and I love it, and I'm excited and happy, and it's been good. And I sleep really well when I kick my own ass, and I get real tired during the day, so it's been nice because I've been sleeping really deep, and I've been enjoying that. I definitely felt the Cancer full moon, the Cancer energy on the full moon, because we moved into Cancer season, right? And during the full moon was at 7:30 or so on Monday morning, East Coast time, right? Something like that. And a little later after that, I just had a big emotional release. I wasn't crying I wasn't crying hard or anything, but I just had all these tears coming in. I was like, I'm leaking, but it felt like crystalline. It felt vibratory. It felt like a release, good. And I was like, I just can't stop. I'm just not going. I'm just gonna let it all out. And it went for an hour. And I was like, all right, all is well. I feel good.
That must have felt wow. I said that's substantial.
Yeah, and it was nice because when we released, and I've gotten to a point in my own practice and training and reprogramming that we're trained to be why are we crying? What's bothering me? What's happening? And it's we can go deep, but a lot of times when we do that, it'll we ruminate, then we focus on the thing, and then we feel even worse. And sometimes you just need to release, and you don't even need to know why. So I challenged myself to stay real present in it and just be all right, I'm leaking. Let's release. And I don't need to think about Susie Fuckface being mean to me in second grade. I don't need to think about any drama. If I needed to, it would come right into my consciousness at that time for me to process, and it wasn't. So I'm I don't need to go searching for it. I can. I'm sure I'll find something, but I don't want to. I just want to stay here and enjoy it and see what happens and allow it mostly. And then, it felt very vibratory, tingly, cool. And then I smiled a lot during it too. So I was all right, let's do it. So I really enjoyed that, and I felt like the full moon energy evoked that out of me. What was going on with that full moon, Earthy? What's going on in our astrological world?
Yeah, it was just sort of an easy release one. There wasn't too many harsh aspects going on. There was one thing that could have brought in some surprise things related to the Venus retrograde that's coming up, as far as exes and old lovers coming back in, but a real big surprise element to that. But other than that, yeah, Jess, I would love for you to share about that if you want. But yeah, it was just a nice, easy flowing one. It wasn't too, and it was ruled by Saturn and just now in Pisces. So that's just got that undertone of just going with the flow, riding the wave, having a spiritual experience maybe with it as well. So
yeah, perhaps. Yeah. It was wild. So
that surprise element was there, huh?
Yeah. Yes.
Amazing. I want to say hi to Candace. I'm so glad you're here, Candy. Nice to see you. We're glad you're hanging with us.
Oh, yeah.
I'm in a different screen, Ursula, so I can't put banners up or the comments or anything like that. So, but I do see a couple. I just saw Candace's, so that's the only one so far.
Yep, she's here.
Okay, cool. Awesome! Yay!
Candace, if you want a card, just let us know. If not, if you just want to hang out, that's cool too.
Yeah, Candy, you can always hang. You always bring sweetness wherever you go. Wow, yeah. So, emotional full moon, and then we've got some big stuff we're preparing for with Venus retrograde, right? Maybe some other things you mentioned.
There's a lot of shifts actually coming up next week. So let me actually have my dates written down.
Oh, good.
Because I had to do this for a check-in reading that I did. So next week we have Mars changes signs and goes into Virgo. So that information or that vibe will shift. Hi, Kara. So that vibe will totally shift in energy from like more action. It'll be more action oriented, but more like the organization side. Mars and Virgo's like Mr. and Mrs. Fix-It type energy. So we'll have that going. So that'll shift on the 10th. And then Mercury will change signs on the 11th into Leo. So Mercury will join Venus. So they'll be together in Leo during the time of the retrograde as well. So we'll talk about that probably closer to when we get to the retrograde, which starts on the 22nd. But the biggest thing next week is the nodes of the moon change signs. So they've been in the signs of Taurus and Scorpio for the last 18 months, and they're going to switch into Libra and Aries. So that's going to be a very different energy than what we've kind of grown accustomed to for the last year and a half, essentially. So that means the eclipses will start to change signs as well. So we're shifting in that way, in a big way, collectively and individually.
What does Aries bring with that?
Aries is more, so this is more of like partnership versus individual. Libra is more like partnership oriented, and Mars is very individual. Or not Mars. Mars rules Aries. Aries is more focused on the individual. So there's going to be a lot of kind of creating a balance between those two.
Interesting. So what if someone that you know would be an Aries sun and a Libra rising? Would that affect them?
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, so that's actually a very big shift, because that means that the South node is going to be in Libra, and that's the point of release collectively and individually. So that shifting into the rising sign, that's a really strong energy as far as releasing what no longer serves you, as far as how you show up in the world and how you perceive yourself. So that's a big deal.
I'll keep my eye out for that happening in my vicinity.
And that means eclipses will start to happen in those spaces too. So eclipses on the sun can really change somebody, like change the way that they shine their light. I'm going to have eclipses on my sun during this too, because I'm a Libra sun. But my vibe will be different. Mine will be releasing what's no longer serving me as far as showing up as my true self. And then the other space will be kind of where one of my empty houses is. So that'll be an interesting dynamic for me too.
It must be so awesome knowing what to expect to a certain extent.
To a certain extent.
Right, well, that's why I did that.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Emily's here too.
Hi, Emily.
And Candace said she's having a hard time with our stuff breaking up. If anybody else is experiencing that, let us know. Yeah. But we were talking about eclipses and magical energies.
Yeah. So I'll be sharing some more clips from the Astro weather check I did in my podcast episode that I released last week, because I covered all of that too. So it'll be a big shift in energy, which will be nice. It's been kind of the Scorpio South Node lately in the last 18 months has been extremely intense. Like that's just really forcing us to release a lot that's been frozen inside of us on an emotional level.
I'm going to say I'm forced to release pretty much everything that
I mean, you had...
Well, I don't know what the fuck... I don't know what's going on.
Like, you can definitely drop the F-bomb on this show. I was having a hard time hearing you, but I heard that, and that's allowed.
Of course, that's the word you heard. But it has been intense.
The one you spoke with pizzazz. So.
It's been a long time.
My husband's son's Taurus and Scorpio. I'm okay. Yeah. I'm ready for an energy shift. I'm ready for something different. And I love, you said we were in Virgo?
No.
Or we're going to Virgo?
No, Mars is shifting into Virgo.
Mars is shifting into Virgo. Okay.
Mars spends
I think I'll like that
eight
because I'm
weeks.
very I love problem solving and fixing things and activities and stuff. So like, I feel like that energy, like when you said that, I was like, that sounds like something I maybe like.
Yeah. Yep. So I'm definitely ready for the shift myself as well.
Aww.
And we're changing elements. It's just a whole vibe change. And just so everybody that's listening knows, you might see discrepancy in those dates because there's two different systems to calculate the nodes. The one that I use is called mean node, which is an average. So in my system, and a lot of other astrologers, it shifts on the 12th. So you might see another date after that for the other calculation method, which is true. Sometimes they vary. So there's that part of it too, as far as clarification on the dates.
Ursula, do we have any upcoming events? Anything we want to announce? Anything we want to mention?
Yeah, we have, if you're local, we have our first farmers market at the Lighthouse next week. On Tuesday. That's Tuesday from 4 to 7 at the Avsecan Lighthouse in Atlantic City. And that'll be, they have a whole bunch of vendors. Crops is going to be pretty heavily involved this year, the local organization Crops. And it'll be free yoga, I think, at 5:30 from the Leadership Studio, AC. And Jean mentioned in her last correspondence that she might be hiring a DJ. So that should be fun. Yeah. So we'll be there as vendors. And then that's it, really. The following week, we have our drum circle on the 20th, and then we have OM.
We have an OM festival last week of Vermont, or last week of July in Vermont. We'd love for you all to join us. Anybody who wants to come can. It's at a lovely inn, the West Mountain Inn in Arlington, Vermont, southern Vermont. And there's options for getting rooms, Airbnbs, camping, things like that. And we're going to be there teaching 4 workshops, vending, hanging out, enjoying ourselves. So we'd love anybody who wants to come and join us to come on up and join us. You get a day pass. And then we also have a really amazing offering that we've been putting out there, our Soul Garden. Do you want to tell them a little bit about that, Ursula?
Yeah, so we created a monthly membership, which includes our monthly online soul circles, as well as our soul broadcast, which we've been doing. Here, I'll throw the link up there. The soul broadcast, we've been doing a collaborative post on our blog once a month for complimentary for everybody. So now we're rolling that into the membership as well. And that will also include kind of like what we're doing tonight, but for members only once a month, as well as a monthly guided meditation. And that's only $11.11 a month. And there's a 30-day free trial included. Oh, go ahead, Jess.
I just wanted to mention the off social media group too.
Yes, there is also included a group posted only on our website off social media, so that you have access to that as well for members only.
A Facebook group, but that most people know about, I guess that would be here, but obviously if you're on Facebook, you wouldn't.
Yeah, you can go on our website to our soul blog, and you can see all the archive of all the posts that we've done so far, and we do that once a month. Like we said, we all pick a topic and we write about it and post that on there, so that'll be now exclusive to members. We're pretty excited.
I feel like we work really hard on the newsletter.
We do work really hard on it and everything. She rocks.
Thank you.
Ursula's our guru. She keeps us all glued together.
Everybody works hard on their individual pieces too, so I think it'll be nice to.
We do, and we'd be honored if you support us and help us pay our bills, and we'll give you obviously some good things in exchange. And I was thinking, since Emily, it would have been so cool if you came to but yes, football camp takes priority that week. We understand.
I don't know what happened. We lost Mandy temporarily.
Oh.
We'll miss you, Emily. I was going to say we're about to release this month's soul broadcast, which will be What did we pick, Jess? Tending Our Gardens?
Yep.
And we're going to release that one next week. So we're working on it now behind the scenes. So if you're already a member, keep your eyes on your inboxes for that incoming early next week.
There you are.
I'm back. I X'd myself out. I was trying to look at comments and wipe me out.
Well, Emily, if
Did I
you do
miss much?
decide to come, no, I was just saying we're going to release July's soul broadcast next week. And our topic
Awesome.
is tending our soul garden.
Yes, we
Or
are.
tending our gardens. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was going to
Same
say,
thing.
Emily.
Tomato, garden,
yeah.
soul garden, all the things. Tending.
It's kind of in alignment with the topic and the name of the membership.
Exactly. So I was thinking, since we don't have anybody for readings, maybe each of us could just pull a weekly reading and then call it a night.
Sounds good. And I was going to just mention to Emily, we have a coupon code to save 10% if you wanted to get a day pass.
Yeah.
It's 10 to save 10%.
Yep.
So just
Awesome.
heads up on that. Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. I'm going to get the party started if that's okay.
Go for it.
Cool. So for this week, I think a lot of people, Ursula, you're right, are on vacation this week. And I'm sending so much love to everybody who's going to catch up on this because I know y'all will. But yeah, we're so glad that we have our crew that we have tonight. We usually have quite a few more. And I think it's summertime, it's hot July, and everyone's on vacation this week. So here we go. For this week, what do we need to know most? What message would you like to pass along to those of us who tune into this reading for this week? What energies are we working with? Oh!
Amanda, you sound so much clearer all of a sudden out of nowhere.
Oh. Perhaps because I started calling in the cards.
Amazing.
They're speaking, not me. I don't know. Maybe when I came out and came in. Not sure. But I can't hear you louder. I still wish I could, but you know. Okay, so our first card that we get is the Queen of Wands. She's paired with Raspberry Leaf. Wands are like my favorite in the deck, honestly, because I love self-work and study and ascension and inner growth. And that's like what all the wands represent for me and the internal temperature of what's going on within you at this time. And so the Queen of Wands is all about knowing, you know what, we went through some stuff, we had some challenges, and we came out feeling proud of ourselves, of how we're handling things and feeling like we have a little bit of our own power back. And when things come and rock our boat, it doesn't mean it doesn't rock our boat, but we have a lot more control over our inner environments at this time. And I think that's probably really in alignment, especially with full moon moving on out and what's going on and shifting that. Then we get the Knight of Swords. I love the Knight of Swords. This comes up a lot for me. Swords are all external things. And I love seeing this one, especially when people are getting really clear on boundaries. We had our release after the full moon. People are really wanting to deal with a lot of shit from themselves or others. And this is a great card to start experimenting with it. Doesn't mean you don't mess up sometimes. Doesn't mean there aren't some growing pains. You're still getting in there, but you're much more stronger in yourself and you're able to handle the external things your way and not back down from a challenge. So that's really exciting. And then we get one of my favorite cards, the Pan card, the Devil card. It's hot summer, hot July. There's some trickery at play, mostly with ourselves and like staying up too late and doing naughty things like, you know, that are fun sometimes, but maybe distracting us a little bit. It's a time to just be aware of our vices, addictions, things we cling on to, coping mechanisms, and if we're letting them get a little out of control again, or if we're doing something that's maybe not quite in alignment for us to please others, things like that. So opportunity to look out for that, a little devil on your shoulder this week. And I really would love to pull us a couple Starseed cards too. Star seeds for this week. What else would you like to add? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Our first one called Soul Gifts. It's time to step up. So this is an opportunity, a lot of action here with our Queen of Wands and our Knight of Swords and our, you know, little devil on her shoulder coming in, an opportunity to really step up and to decide what our soul is calling us to do and be mindful of that and let yourself train a little bit. I talked about that in the beginning of the show, how every single reaction, response thing going on, opportunity for training, opportunity for responding in different ways, for playing with our energies and learning. And then we get, oh, wow, I couldn't make this up. Wait till you see the last one. Okay. Jump in, Andromedan energy, adventure, say yes to change.
I love Andromeda.
Yeah. What do you, share a little bit about Andromedan energy, Jess. What do you love about it?
I'm definitely from there. I have a canvas painting of the whole galaxy above my mantle.
Oh, that's so cool. What were you gonna say?
I think I had an encounter at one point. It's
An
hard
encounter?
to talk about. I'm not really sure exactly. My cat witnessed it, so at least I had a witness. I know it's a feline, but still. I was glad he was there.
I'm actually going to read this card because it gives a little more of the Andromedan energy that Jesse's talking about and resonates with. And I certainly do too. And actually, when I first got this deck, this was the first card I pulled for myself. And
Really?
I just love this one. Now she's diving into a galaxy eyeball. Jump in, Andromedan energy, adventure, say yes to change. Andromeda is a spiral galaxy, the closest galaxy to the Milky Way. It's believed the Andromedans, starseeds, are a group of beings who love their freedom. Very adaptable, they have a strong willingness and ability to change and to go with the flow, to find the calm in the chaos, to swim in the tides. This card is here to encourage you to do the same. The Andromedans want you to fall in love with surfing the waves of life, to seek more adventures, to embrace your own adaptability, and to find a way to be the calm in the chaos. You didn't come to Earth School to be passive. You came to truly live. Now take a good old run up and leap.
Yeah, that feels accurate.
Love that. Right?
And I just want to say the encounter, I didn't see any like beings per se, but my whole bedroom was filled with like swirling magenta and purple, like pulsing energy stuff or something, and it was all the colors in that card, and it didn't feel threatening. Cool. It was very, I don't know. Again, glad the cat was there, but it was cool. I just have like
the last one
with Andromeda life. That's all.
Sorry, Jeff.
No, I just nothing in particular. I'm just like jazzed that you got that card. I feel good about it.
Right? It's a great one. So yes to change. And then on that note, in order to do that, to sum it all up, and what I had mentioned before was loosen your grip, coping mechanisms, destiny, addiction, let God in. One of the ways that I think I didn't mention that they wanted to really drill in here was that is one of the ways we can respond, releasing and letting the angels and our ancestors and God and the universe and all the things, Pleiadians, the Andromedans, whoever's your friendly helper beings, to come in and be there to support you through this and to be an option to infuse light when you're needing a coping mechanism. It makes a big difference a lot of the time. So that's what you got from Mandy this week. I hope it supports you all. And I'm so glad you're all here and you tuned in with us. And that one definitely resonates with me too, Jeff.
So we had Candace figured out her sound issues and she asked for a reading, and Andrea joined us and asked for a reading as well. And we have Kathleen saying hi. Hello, Kathleen. So if we want to just do 2, we can.
Sure.
Following that awesome group reading that Mandy just did for everybody.
What should I do?
What's that?
We had 2 reading requests, so we can continue on with the group and then do the 2 if you want.
Okay, I drew.
Yeah, or do the 2 now and then we wrap up on the groups. Whatever you guys want to do. Whatever feels good. Well,
mine is so in alignment with the one that you just pulled. I'm just gonna go.
Go just so then.
Perfect. It's the one. So I'm drawing again from my Dreamweaver's Oracle deck because I'm obsessed with it, and it's really helping me learn it to do it this way. So I hope it's all right. But I'm sure that it is. Okay, so I pulled number 16. If anyone wants to look further into the number, it's 16, and it's underneath the lizard's skin. So we have this. And essential meaning, shedding the skin of the past, temporary vulnerability as you process something new, releasing resistance to change. There's only one constant in life, and that is change. We're not always aware of how things evolve within us. Sometimes the process is slow and organic, while other times its rapid pace is unnerving. This is the state you find yourself now, the swift peeling away of the layers of your life that no longer serve you or protect you. Be willing to let go of everything you know that impedes your progress. Those things you need to release are hindering that flexibility you need to be in the world. You feel resistant to what is still new and unknowable, but you have nothing to fear. When a lizard sheds its old scales, there is new healthy skin waiting just underneath the surface. The tender pink skin hardens quickly as you release the old to make way for growth and new life. You need space to breathe and stretch and grow as nature intended. You've been wanting a new life, a new version of yourself, and you're evolving to meet that self. Be present to this new time of discovery. This is a sacred experience that is woven into your destiny. Your soul knows the beauty that is waiting for you. Underneath the lizard's skin is a sign for you to trust the process of your own magical discovery. Who you're becoming, the one who is not afraid of shedding the skin of the past to embrace the dream of the future. That's pretty awesome.
That is pretty awesome.
I pretty much feel that happening.
I love that one.
Oh, that's happening.
And I even watched a video this week. I'm all into like marine life, so like these crabs that were shedding their shells, and they were like, I think they were spider crabs, and they were shedding their shells, and stingrays come over and scoop them up and eat them if their shells are soft, but they protect each other, and the hard ones climb on top of the soft ones, and they all move as a pack to protect the soft ones from getting slurped up by the stingrays. And so, as you were talking about the lizard shedding its skin and being soft and things like that, it's like it can be scary, but then sometimes there's protection you don't even know coming for you as you're growing.
Yeah, I totally feel that. Yeah. I'm nervously like piling some more things onto my study plate and like going through all of the like, am I good enough type stuff, you know, all over again. So like, just like, I'm gonna have to like read that again later. The part about like, you know, who are you becoming, right? That's I don't know. Got a little emotional there. That surprised me. Okay, sorry, I'm good.
You're becoming more you.
Yeah, I guess. I'm just really gonna go for it. It's fucking scary as hell. Okay. I'm cool now. I'm good.
So the two that I pulled are in alignment as well, and everything that both of you pulled was very in alignment with the full moon that we just had too. So I pulled from my Black Moon deck, and that was the card that came out as the ninth house. So faith.
Oh.
Yeah. Ninth house relates to our beliefs, our faith, our higher self, our connection to our higher self, higher learning, like higher courses of study. So like kind of what you're doing, Jess, but also like in traditional sense, I guess, like college, like doctorate, master's, that kind of thing. It relates to adventure, to travel, anything that's foreign. So things that are unfamiliar to us, but also like foreign languages, foreign lands, that kind of thing. So that was pretty cool that one came out, and that's number 33. And then I pulled from my Soul's Lesson cards, and the card that came up is Envy.
Oh.
So that one is very interesting. And that to me usually is just a reminder to stay in your lane, and it's your journey. So if you're feeling envious of somebody else or where they are on their path, just know that that's their journey and yours is yours. And this card is very full of the golds and the yellows and the reds. So whenever I see that, it's always solar plexus and root chakra.
Yeah,
so primarily solar plexus. So like take your power back, because when you're envying somebody, you're giving them your power. So that's a good message in that card as well. And it says, I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges.
I feel like that's a big old eyeball staring at.
Yeah, and it's got like a little crescent moon on it too.
Oh goodness.
I love that
the
one.
Mandalas on these cards. Yeah, they're beautiful. So to sum that up, and there's a spiritual journey undertone to all that too. Go ahead, Mandy.
I was just going to say, I feel like envy is one of the best energies to do shadow work with, and an opportunity to like hold space. And so many people are jealous, or why does this person get this and I don't? I've worked, and I did it for a long time too. Like I work so hard, like I'm working so hard at so many things, and I'm such a good person, and I try to be nice. And what's like, why don't I get the money? What's happening? And then we compare ourselves and all this energy. And when you zoom out and you look at the fact that there could be a lot of past lives and different karma and protection and other things shaking out, it's like, what do we actually need? What does our ego want? And how can we cheer for those who are envying at this time and be grateful and happy for them? And that's how we align into that energy. But we're not taught that at all. And so I just love when that comes up, because that is one of the biggest energy leaks that we all, I know, see as readers. And we do, a lot of energy healing and work on our clients with that, because it's a big leakage. And we were taught to compete and not to have compassion and gratitude and things like that. And so I'm just glad that one came up tonight with all the things that are going on.
Yeah.
I think that me, so maybe more than just me, forget that we get caught up in things that we want or don't have, maybe forget that we have plenty that other people might be envious of just the same as we are envious of something else. So, like, I don't know. You know what I mean? We have
absolutely.
We have plenty that others might not, that others might wish that they had.
Yeah, so, I saw a quote today. I think it was in my Instagram feed, and it said something like, when you're feeling down on yourself or whatever today, but someone else is looking at you and being admirable of your courage or where you are. So it's really just all about your perspective.
And you can only compare yourself against yourself. I try to remind people of that often. I need to remind myself more often.
Yeah.
Too.
And I love like basic gratitude. Like there's been a meme going around too that's like, you might not be totally happy with your house right now, but to someone, who's homeless, like your house is their dream house at this moment.
There's
and like things like that, or opportunities. Yeah, opportunities to always shift perspectives and switch shoes. And when you can zoom out and do that a lot, it accelerates your growth, accelerates your ascension, and accelerates your consciousness and your compassion. Helps you be in, heart coherence. Reach out different
Absolutely,
riches and focusing externally to other waters. Yep.
Yep.
Oh, I love
Beautiful. It. Yeah. So we do have some requests. Do y'all want to do?
Okay. What's our list?
We have Candace, we have Andrea, Kathleen, and Heather. Heather joined us and said, "Is it too late?" No, it's not too late, Heather.
All right.
So we got 4. Do you want
to do one each? Our list.
Yeah.
If you want a card, speak now or forever hold your peace for the rest of the night. Because this is our list, and we will throw in 1 or 2 more right now if you really want one. But if not, that's cool too. 0 pressure. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So what are we going to do? Each of us are going to do 1?
Sure.
Yeah, is that cool?
Or each of us are doing all 3?
Let's each do 1.
Okay.
Because we did that group reading, so I feel like that kind of touched on everybody too.
Awesome.
So
I feel
Candace
like Ursula, you should be the dealer right now. And yeah, deal us each a reading. So whoever you think should go with Candy, pair her up, and then we'll keep going that way.
Jess, go ahead for Candy.
Okay. All right.
Mandy, go ahead for Andrea. I'll do Kathleen, and then we'll just for Heather, whoever's next. And Emily now wants one too. So.
Okay. We got. Hang on. Thank you, everyone, for being patient with me with this deck as I read from it and learn. Because I know for a long time I just had I was like, ooh, with all these cards, but this is really helping me too. Okay, so I got 34. When the weavers call your heart. At first I thought that was like a turtle, but it's not. Those are the hands there. Okay, so when the weavers call your heart, love in all its forms, a heart-opening experience, romantic love, the experience of showing kindness to others. Love, the quintessential energy of life and the one glittering thread in the tapestry of your life that you cannot do without. This is the one energy that can heal all wounds, that can build bridges, find unity, and bring life into the world. When the dream weavers call your heart, you're being invited to bring the essence of love into your inquiry, to give it freely and wholly, and to receive it fully in the way it's being offered. Perhaps you've begun a new relationship and are wondering where it's going, if there is anything here for you. Can you allow for love to come through without judgment or even measurement? Can you experience it without trying to define it and pin it down? Can you be the love you seek? The experience of kindness is a way to open the door to love. Can you show kindness to others today for no reason at all, just because you can? Perhaps you can spend quality time with a pet or even send love to a plant. A good question to ask yourself now, if you have any dilemma regarding others or even yourself and the choices you need to make: what would love do? The universe is calling love to you in all its glittering, life-enhancing ways. Keep your heart open, drop your defenses and expectations, and watch the miracles arise. I think that's beautiful. What would love do? So, if you're having a dilemma and you don't know what to do, what would love do? And I guess that would be your answer. I'm not sure if that helps, but oh, there's like a little pet with a heart on the nose.
Made my heart swell.
I know, me too. It's scary to give and receive love completely and freely, because it's like you have to be vulnerable to do that. So
Oh,
I understand how that's
I
not.
also I want an opinion from you, Jesse, too, because I think an opportunity, as we like to talk about the dark things of shadow work a little bit as well, is sometimes what would love do is we end up being too compassionate or like put ourselves in a situation because we keep trying to like be love over and over and over again. But there's times where even if you're dealing with, you know, a difficult relationship or someone not respecting your boundaries or some narcissistic traits or things like that, there's still opportunity to choose love, especially for yourself. And I was wondering if you maybe wanted to expand on that a tiny bit, because Jesse's kind of like an expert at this. And as you were speaking it, I thought of all the wheels of the love with that.
I sure would, because we could also ask, what would codependency do? You know what I mean? Or so asking the question of what would love do, make sure you understand what healthy love really is, I would say. Not what would a traumatic cycle do, or what would I do to make someone just stop bothering me? Or, sometimes love is doing nothing. Sometimes love is protecting your own self and your own peace. Recently, in a situation that I ended up not entering after a couple of weeks of trying to figure out if I was going to enter it or not, a family situation, I decided that love, for me, love in that situation would be to not enter the situation. And it took a lot of rounds of me feeling guilty, me feeling sad, me feeling angry, me feeling all sorts of things that the situation brought up. And I was being pressured that love meant rescuing someone again. And I decided that love did not mean that. Love means, in this case, keeping my own peace and letting them figure out their own life. So love, what would love do, does not necessarily mean racing to someone's rescue or giving them everything they're asking for, even, making sure that you know what healthy love is before you say what would love do is really important. Because sometimes, like I said, the question you're actually answering is, what would codependency do, or what would feeding the narcissist do? But you're not realizing that that's what, just be clear, be healthy. I just use my own self as an example. It took me weeks to get to, it was rough. So, I'm not saying anything about anyone like in the audience here. I'm just saying in general, just know what healthy love is. And like love for yourself too, not just like for other people in a situation. You're a major component of any situation that you're in. You know, if it's between you and one other person, you're half of it. So what would love towards yourself look like too, right? I guess. So
thank you, Jack.
Yeah. Oh, I got words for that.
That's like Jessica Candy. She loves that topic.
You know I have words. Oh. Yeah. So like, you know, we all go through this. Hope that helps someone out there.
Oh, I'm sure. All right. Should we move on to our next one? Did you say it was Andrea?
Andrea, yeah.
Awesome. Hi, Andrea. So I think I'm going to keep with my tarot and a couple other cards for Andrea. What does she need to know most at this time? Coming in for her. Looks like you got a little heartbreak happening, some things going on there. And it could just be someone in your life that maybe, you know, you've expressed some healthy boundaries and they're a little disappointed. Or just some things that you might be a little down on. They're showing it's all right. Take your swords, take your power, take your energy back, because you are breaking some new grounds. Even a seed has to break apart before it can grow. So transition can be a little hard and a little sad sometimes, especially when we're not getting things we might want or we're praying for, but we got to trust, because then the outcome of what happens is you get the 9 of Cups, which is overflowing with love and abundance and joy, and whatever's happening right now that might be rocking your boat, it's going to be worth it. And then I also just want to pull you an Ascension card, a couple of Ascension cards to pair with that. You get karmic relationships, so this has a lot to do with that card. You were ghosted. Thank you, sister. Yep. And it looks like, you know, that energy's got a little bit going on too with that, where not fun, not easy, but then you get the karmic relationships, Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, and conflict. Sometimes when it's like one of those things sometimes that happens and it's not fun or easy, but it's for the highest good, it's for our protection. Doesn't necessarily mean, you know, that person was going to cause harm to you, but maybe energetically and emotionally, because they're not available or they're not able to love you in the same way you're available to show up and to love at this time. So there are some karmic things happening right now with that, and an opportunity to not let that get you down, not let that, you know, steal your fire. Feel your feelings, be a little bummed about it, and then onward and upward. You take your sword, and then you have your 9 of Cups, which is overflowing with love. You then get activated earth. Power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. If you have the opportunity to actually go on a journey to a sacred site, or to do a little energy work, or even just put a crystal in a river with prayer, it's going to make a big difference right now. And your body is, if you're having some like interesting dreams or even having a hard time sleeping a little bit, there's a lot of activation going on for you in the astral plane right now. So enjoy that. If you haven't studied ley lines yet, take a look at that, because it's going to be something you resonate with, because you are a walking crystal with your energy. And then the last one you get, Andrea, is the Seas of Mintakan, seeing potential and bringing the unconsciousness to light. This means that you are, even though, you know, things are not fun, getting ghosted with that part, you see very clearly, and it's an opportunity to trust in yourself. And when you're sad or when you're lonely, know that you're an ancient soul, that you are an older soul. You come from a place of unconditional love and beauty and clarity. And Earth School can get a little hard sometimes, but just imagine yourself rocking. If you can get to the water at all, even if it's just soaking your feet in a salt bath or something like that, it's really going to soothe you and make a difference. So just know some things are playing out karmically, but you're coming up on the other side of it and growing in this, and wonderful things are going to come to you, especially by end of summer. Your cuppeth will be overflowingeth, as we like to say a lot around here. So enjoy that. And thank you so much for stopping in and wanting a reading. I hope that supports you. You have insomnia. Yep. Okay. Yeah. So you have a lot of things happening right now on the astral plane. And if you can, ask your guides, ask your angels, hey, help me to shut this off. Help me to sleep a little bit. And I am a big fan, even when I have my own insomnia. I'm old school. I like to just like run myself a little ragged during the day. Like literally go outside, get too much sun, go for way too long of a walk, like just push myself a little bit. And that helps me to recenter my clock a little. So that may help you. That may soothe you. Lots of water, and ask your angels and ancestors to be there to help you to sleep deeper. And just know it'll all even out soon, and good things are coming for you. And you can trust. You can trust you are protected.
Also, maybe take some magnesium before bed.
Yep.
It helps.
Magnesium helps you if you're not doing that.
Just saying.
And teas, and literally just like sometimes unplugging. Sometimes, especially as sensitive empaths, we're very. Jesse makes all the orgone products to help block it, but we're very sensitive to Wi-Fi, EMF, electricity going on. So if you can even just like light a candle a couple hours before bed and try to read a book and like turn everything else off, it might really help you to just chill out a little bit and disconnect from some things that might even just be causing energetic disturbances because you're a sensitive being. So yeah, check out Jesse's page online if you want some products to help with that.
Screens off for a half hour before bed too.
Oh.
Take anxiety
remember,
medicine.
we're not doctors.
Compatible. Yeah, you can't do the magnesium with the anxiety. But the angels can help, and reading and candlelight and breathing techniques and all that good stuff.
And you could diffuse some lavender in your bedroom before you go to sleep if that helps too. That's very soothing for sleep.
Yeah.
So aromatherapy can help
do all the things that you can do to protect your sensitive energy.
Yeah. Oh.
So
thanks for letting us know, Andrea.
Yeah.
I just wanted to let so Candace's resonated. I just wanted to show you all the comments. So loving you people. And then Heather commented. So these are all energies that are coming up with this energy that we're switching into. So the cards that I pulled for Kathleen actually are very resonating with everything too. But this is all yourself in relationship, and showing up for yourself is where the energy is being pulled with this nodal shift that I talked about. So really cool that this is all coming up for everybody tonight.
I love how that always happens.
Yeah.
Everything flows into itself, you know?
Everyone's connected. I love it.
It's so true.
So, yeah. So I pulled for Kathleen. She was next. And in perfect divine resonance, Kathleen, I pulled from my Spirit Cards Oracle deck for you. And the Warrioress card came up. And the message on the card is devotion, assertiveness, and focus. And that is an incredibly beautiful card. So there's definitely a spiritual element to this as well. I think whenever I see blue butterflies, that totally reminds me of our spiritual journey and clues that we get along the way. They're very rare. They do exist, but they're very rare. And this is just that Aries energy, like I was talking about, and that Mars energy that we're being pulled into. And that's definitely the energy of the warrior, the warrioress. The peace warrior is another deck that I like to pull from when we do our lives. And it's totally all about focusing your energy on what you want, if that's anything that's coming up for you now. But also, assertiveness is a big thing, especially in the dynamic between Aries and Libra energy. And then the other card that came up for you is indecision, which is one of the traits that gets commonly associated with Libra energy. But I think that it can appear indecisive to others, but it's more like weighing all of the options. And the message on this card is I use my intuition in all aspects of life. So with those two cards together, if you're having trouble with something or having trouble expressing yourself or communicating in a way, just be assertive, choose your words wisely. Your words are your wand, and go for it. And definitely tap into your higher self and meditate if possible, or connect with your dreams and see what messages are coming through.
Do you see your comment? There you go.
I'm so sorry, Kathleen. Well, that was making a decision for sure. It's definitely not always the easiest thing at all. I've been through breakups myself, and they're some of the hardest things. But the other thing on this card too, on the warrioress card, was number 7, which is also very much related to our spiritual path and journey in this lifetime. So just know that your guides got your back, spirit's got your back, and there's definitely a reason for it. And the best advice I ever got when I left a 9-year relationship was stick to your guns. Put yourself first.
It's terrifying though. I've
left
some really long relationships, and it's like, but there there was always something really deep down that, like, I knew I had no option. Like, it had to be, just so.
It's one of the hardest things in the world to put yourself first, knowing that you're breaking somebody's heart.
If you feel that deep down, it's important to pay attention.
Yeah.
Because whose life are you living, really? I mean, your own. So.
Oh, we're sending you love, Kathleen.
Lots of love.
Holding your heart.
Breaking up's truly hard to do. And, our energies get entwined and our heart chakras become very attached, and it's truly painful. Even like when, Jessica and Nurse were just saying, even when, we're doing it to be more healthy, it's still hard and disappointing, and it's hard for everybody, no matter who initiated it. And giving yourself love is so important because it's hard, it's brave, and it's a death. It really is. So you got to let yourself grieve it and go through it.
Yeah.
Yep. Grieving is the most important thing you can do, because you're grieving, and not just grieving what was, grieving like what you had hoped for your future, like I never really thought about it like that until had thought about the future as well. But also you can look at it like your future is wide open possibility. There's always two ways to look at, well, actually many ways, but you don't have to stay looking at things one way. It's important to feel the hurt so you can move through it and feel better.
Yeah.
Big love. Everyone's sending it to you because we all been there.
Yeah, totally.
Yep.
Oh, feeling new. Oh,
doesn't make it easier.
No. All right, ladies. We have Heather and Emily.
All right. Feel them up, Earthy Poo.
Jess, you want to do Heather, and Mandy, you can do Emily?
Sure.
Got it.
And then we'll wrap it up.
Okay. Ooh, okay. I never got this one before. So number 12 for you. It's it's interesting. If the wild ones come with sticks. What? Goodness. Okay. Goodness. If the wild ones come with sticks. Essential meaning: negative self-talk, self-criticism, harsh judgment of self and others. Sometimes we find ourselves behind enemy lines inside our own heads. Are you noticing your thoughts being negative and unkind? Do you feel the frustration of not being enough, not being perfect, not getting what you want? You can easily get lost down a rabbit hole of unhappiness, wallowing in negativity and harsh judgment of yourself that then can be projected outward. Could you be comparing yourself to others and feeling resentful? Sometimes that relentless ambition that drives you forward also keeps you overly focused on what you don't have and what isn't here yet, so you feel dissatisfied with what is. This energy manifests itself inside you and will show up in the outer world as evidence. Give no energy to negativity. It is not your friend. Now is the time to remove yourself from this energy and focus on loving yourself with radical acceptance, understanding, forgiveness, and detachment. You must avoid harsh judgment of others too, so step away from the gossip. Ignore the drama and nasty comments you see splashed all over social media. Remember that no one and no situation is perfect, so give yourself and others the space and grace to be human. So if the wild ones come with sticks, let all that negative energy go. Focus on the beautiful aspects of your life. Leave your dream, call upon the magic of your desires, and pay attention to what really matters instead of this distraction. You'll be so glad that you did. The universe loves you so much, and you're in the right place. Remember that this too shall pass. So I find that super interesting given the envy card. I feel like that's wrapped up. Like that's a similar message right? Focusing on what you're not, you know, what isn't here yet, or why isn't this or that. So the more negative energy that you hold internally, it will definitely show up externally, and it'll perpetuate the whole cycle. It's important to love yourself how you are right now, in every moment. Love yourself, because I think that everybody is constantly unfolding and evolving, and every stage of us deserves to be loved, and especially by ourselves, loved by us, loving ourselves. I don't know why people forget that we deserve our own love, myself included. And focusing on things that are beautiful and right will bring more things that are beautiful and right. Even if it's just the smallest thing, even if it's just a beautiful flower. I say just, but really, a beautiful flower is its own miracle, you know, kind of. No, it is. Slowing down and focusing on smaller things help me feel happier more often. I know I've said that before, but I really have to do it all the time, and it does help. I hope this. I don't want this card to like imply that you have all sorts of negative thoughts swirling around inside. I don't think that's exactly the message. It's just if you're feeling frustrated, or you know, looking at others, and maybe not embracing change, finding it difficult, just let it all go. It's gonna flow, whether you're holding on tight or not. It's gonna go anyway. So the safer thing is to just flow with it, you know, because the change is gonna come anyway. You can enter the change kicking and screaming, or you can enter it like with, okay, here I am, you know. I guess that was a little tangent, but I hope that resonated some. Oh, change is not, it's like my least favorite thing as a Taurus. It's yo. But then my Scorpio,
I can vouch for you that that's one of your least favorite things.
What?
I said I can vouch for you that that's one of your least favorite things is change.
Oh, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
I can definitely vouch for you on that.
Thank you. Emily, it's the Dreamweaver's Oracle. I know it's backwards here, but Colette Baron Reed. It's I think she released it last month. I've had it about a month now. Yeah. I'm just obsessed with the artwork, so I want to learn the meanings so I can just start whipping it around. But it's gonna take a little while. Thank you. Go with the flow. When the wild ones come with sticks, that's something, man. I don't know. I just never saw that one. I think we're the wild ones whacking ourselves with sticks. Put the stick down.
All right. Are we ready for Emily?
Yes, we are.
All right. Poor Emily. What does Emily need to know most this week? Ooh, you're going to like that one. Oh, wow. Oh, shit, Emily. All right. 7 of Cups to start your week out with. Happiness, love, feeling good, feeling like all of your cups are being filled and honored and even being tended to, which feels really nice, mostly from yourself and then from others as well. You then get the Knight of Cups, potential new relationship beginning, of course, with yourself. You, I know from holding some space with you that there's just great change and wonderful things happening for you at this time, and it can't help but infuse a lot of love into your new and next steps and journeys. And if you choose to be in a relationship of some sort, that's going to serve you at this time. because then you get the Ace of Cups coming on in, new things, feeling amazing. Big deep dive into new love with yourself and with others, romantic relationships and other types of relationships. And then what else does Emily need to know this week? Oh yeah, you got Portal, which is pretty cool because you got the 777 portal coming up tomorrow. Doors are opening. You decide. Rewards, wild card. So all of this love is the choice. It all comes down to choices between love and fear and healthy love, as Jesse was saying, and what feels right for that for you. Sometimes it's saying no. Sometimes it's saying yes. You then get double mission, light worker starseed, serve the world by being you. Just be your amazing, brilliant, incredible light working self, and you will honor exactly what your soul's wanting, as well as what your human mission is in this lifetime too. We forget. We want to connect so much with our ancient selves, which is great and important, but we're our ego, who we are in this lifetime, is on a mission right now too. There's a reason we chose these vessels and these gifts and the things that we're doing. And it's incredible. So you just being you and following literally what lights you up and makes you happy helps you to serve the world. And last but not least, more love, the cosmic heart, devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. I love Rebecca Campbell. I love all her words, all the things she's channeled and downloaded, and making your life a moving prayer is one of the things that has resonated with me the most. And it's one of the things that I like to use in my own practice to take opportunities to trust. Like, all right, I got cut off from traffic. That's cool. Maybe I was supposed to slam my brakes for a minute because something else was coming. All right, I am releasing this and it feels weird, but I'm going to trust it because it feels right for me at this time. And it's opening our hearts up little by little over and over again, and trusting your higher self and your angels and letting full acceptance come in, as well as full responsibility for yourself and your energies. So I love the moving prayer concept because you get to just be you out of a place of heart and compassion for others. And it doesn't, mean that you don't get pissed off or things don't trigger you every now and then, but it just happens a lot less, which is great. So enjoy that. Enjoy this peace and freedom you've been working really hard towards. And I'm sending you big, big love, sister. And that's all I have to say about that.
Amanda stopped by and just said hi.
Hey, Amanda. So glad you're here. Thanks for popping on. For Amanda,
Amanda, you froze a little. Oh, Jess, can you still see me and hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm like, well, I lost you too.
No.
All right. Well, we were going to end at 8:30 anyway, so Mandy's frozen. Mandy, if you can hear us, we're just going to wrap it up.
Frozen.
Everyone, if you enjoyed our broadcast, if you enjoy our Thursday Night Lives, there's a virtual tip jar link in the show description and the notes. So hit us up. It helps us pay our bills, helps us keep StreamYard. So that is available there. And we will be back with you all again on next Thursday at 7:30. We will see you then. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Have a
Bye,
great night.
everyone.